Why Master Kwan refused every interview. They were never meant to meet again. More than 20 years ago, the entire nation was captivated by an extraordinary love story. A famous actress and a legendary sports star fell deeply in love. Every newspaper covered their romance. Every television station talked about them. Wherever people went, people talked about the same couple. To the public, they looked like the perfect match. Beautiful, successful, deeply in love. Almost everyone believed they were destined to spend the rest of their lives together. As public interest grew, newspapers and television stations began interviewing famous fortune tellers and spiritual masters. Everyone wanted the same answer. Would this marriage last forever? Master Kwan also received many interview requests. Reporters wanted him to explain their relationship through the wisdom of past lives. But something very unusual happened. Although Master Kwan normally accepted media interviews, this time he refused every single one. No interviews, no predictions. Only silence. I couldn't understand why. So one day, I finally asked him, "Master, why did you refuse every interview? You always shared your spiritual insights with the media. Why not this time?" Master Kwan said nothing. He simply remained silent. It almost seemed as though he didn't even want the subject to be discussed. I couldn't ask anything more. Time passed. The couple married in a beautiful ceremony, surrounded by countless blessings. Before long, they had children. From the outside, they looked like the perfect family. Like everyone else, I believed they would live happily ever after. Then, everything changed. One morning, newspapers reported their divorce. The moment I read that headline, I remembered Master Kwan's silence. I visited him again. This time, I asked one final question. "Master, did you already know this would happen? Is that why you refused every interview?" Master Kwan closed his eyes. For a long moment, he remained silent. Then, he slowly opened his eyes. Finally, he spoke. "Let me tell you their past life." I listened without saying a single word. Master Kwan continued. "In a previous life, the woman was a princess of a small kingdom. The man was the prince of a neighboring kingdom. The prince loved the princess more than his own life. But his love became an obsession. He invaded her kingdom. He defeated her people. Then he forced the princess to become his wife. But the princess could never accept that fate. She had lost her kingdom. She had lost her family. She had lost her freedom. In the end, she chose to end her own life." Master Kwan paused. The room became silent. Then, he continued. "Only after her death did the prince realize the terrible mistake he had made. But it was already too late. Unable to forgive himself, he also ended his own life." Master Kwan looked directly at me. Then, he quietly said, "That is why they became the deepest karmic enemies. Even though they met again as husband and wife, I feared what that karma might bring. That is why I refused every interview." I was completely speechless. I sincerely hoped Master Kwan was wrong. I prayed that they would live a happy life together. But as time passed, everything Master Kwan had seen through their past lives seemed to unfold in reality. That day, I realized something I will never forget. Some relationships do not end with death. Some souls meet again, across lifetimes, across destiny, until their karma is finally resolved. Thank you for watching. This video is based on Master Kwan's spiritual interpretation of past lives and is shared as a spiritual narrative. It is not presented as a statement of historical or factual events. Your past life shapes your present destiny.